Hey, what's up guys? For today's video, I'm going to be ranking the decks post YCS Pittsburgh and moving into YCS Bologna and YCS Mexico and whatnot. So starting off, we have Orcust. Orcust, it's not terrible. This is kind of like all Orcust variants. It encompasses that anyway. So like Orcust Mitsu, pure Orcust. Honestly, it kind of feels like a roguish deck. I'm not gonna lie. I think the engine is just a bit too weak. Or if you play Mitsu, you play too many like bricky cards. It's not it. Then we have Dracotail. Dracotail is definitely arguably the best deck of the quote-unquote newish format. The deck's really solid overall. It's super consistent, a lot more consistent than like Mitsu. You can play a ton of non-engine. Well, when I say consistent, I mean that Mitsu is consistent in the fact that you can draw a ton of you have a good chance of drawing a starter. You also play a lot of cards you don't want to draw. Dracotail's gonna have more good hands, if that makes sense. YuGiOh is also like a better going second deck compared to something like Mitsu. Mitsu actually is really bad going second, at least to the mirror match. Because the issue with Mitsu into the mirror match, it kind of feels like to win you need to draw Fua or Droll. You need to have those cards resolve. Because Dark Ruler, a lot of people, some people choose to make that purification, and in that case, the Dark Ruler is kind of sus. At least if they play the big package. But more people are moving to the small package, so we'll see what's up there. But yeah, Mitsu's not great going second. Dracotail's really good going second though. You can play lots of good cards like 5 mana. And just a lot of non-engine in general. But deck's just really solid overall though. More people are gonna switch to building their decks to kind of respect Dracotail a bit more in the main deck, but there's not a crazy way you can do that. It doesn't crazy disrespect Yummy, so we'll see. Moving on to Sky Striker, I mean it's like around here. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I think Sky Striker does not benefit from Joel being in the format. I think Joel like actually bends you over like sideways. Like it's really rough. K9 Crystron will put somewhere in the tier 2 range. It's still very much playable. But going first is still extremely good. It plays through hand traps really well. I mean, not much to say about the deck to be honest. Not gonna lie. I mean, the deck under Fua Joel did get weaker post Mjolnir ban. I will say that. So that's definitely something to consider. But otherwise, the deck's still solid. You know, and K9 decks are not terrible going second to Dracotail, so I think K9 Crystron is not bad. Tier is like here, it's whatever. Gem Knight, I'll put Gem Knight around here. I think Gem Knight is kind of deck where it's like, if you're trying to win an event, it's hard to rate Gem Knight super high because it's hard. You can't really build the deck to go first game one. I mean, you can, but then the deck is just so much worse like in other aspects, it's not really worth it. So I don't think this is like a top 32 deck. Like if you're trying to make top 32, you can play Gem Knight. But if you're trying to actually win an event, then, you know, I don't think Gem Knight's the pick. Yeah. It's not Tenpai. Blue Eyes, I'll put here. It's just too weak. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's in here DVD. So we have Maliss. I'm going to put rank Maliss super high, like I have been before. Maliss is super solid. Like Dracotail, you can play a ton of non-engine. It's actually a better going second deck than Mitsurugi. Because you have, like, more non-engine win conditions compared to, like, Mitsurugi. At least into the Mitsurugi deck itself. The going first is still extremely strong, especially with the non-engine being played right now. You kind of just like FDK people. The deck does have some consistency issues. I will admit that. That's definitely for sure. But I feel like with the way the format is looking right now in the decks, like sometimes if you like brick, you can like stall with non-engine and it's like kind of chill. So I don't think it's the end of the world. You can play some good cards, like for example, if Dracotail is the most played deck, playing Dimensional Fissure is pretty good because that card basically like FTKs Dracotail. I mean, they have some counters, like they open some mana, or like Brand Fusion can out it, but otherwise, like, you know, it's a pretty good card versus the deck though. So I think Maliss is in a really strong position right now. I think the only thing that's like makes it seem not crazy is that a lot of people aren't playing it. Then we have Lunalight. Lunalight kind of feels like tier 2. Most people might main Joel because of like Dracotail, so at least like in Europe, people I don't think it's gonna really see main deck play like that. So I mean, Lunalight's just solid. I mean, it's just solid, not terrible. It's alright. I think the going second for Lunalight is pretty decent. I will say that. I think you can definitely break apart boards. Some of the more fair boards like Dracotail for sure. Especially if you have the right non-engine combinations. So I like that. I think the going first, depending on what non-engine people switch to, could be pretty good. I mean, with non-engine people on right now in NA, you know, or some people at least, on Mitsurugi. Like, I think that matchup should be easy, just because like going first, they don't really play non-engine that can stop you. They don't play a ton of hand traps. It's just like Droll. So I think that matchup's super good, which is nice for you. But yeah, Moonlight solid. Then we have Mitsu Fiendsmith. I'm gonna rank these and this and Pure Yummy the same, or Pure Mitsu the same, because they're kind of the same. They're just basically the same deck. I'm not gonna cap. I mean, the deck's solid. A little bit less Droll is good for the deck. I will say that. A little bit less Droll. But yeah, I mean, deck's just, it's like, I don't want to say mid. It's like mid of the good decks. Mitsu's mid of the good decks. I will say that. I mean, Memento still feels like a tier 2 level deck. I think it doesn't see that much representation, but it never has, really, for the most part. I think the Dracotail matchup is really rough, though. Like, actually, it's like really rough. I'm not gonna cap. And the Retaliating Sea is also a really hard card to deal with. You can beat a Retaliating Sea, but if they have Retaliating Sea +1, you can actually get like bored by it. So it's like, it's very rough. You could already even put it down here. While Dracotail is like seeing so much play, it's like weird. Like, not only is the Dracotail matchup worse, but because Dracotail is seeing play, people are playing Retaliating Sea, and that card also just happens to be really good versus you. So, not the best timing. Ryzeal Mitsu, I think just for sure this deck, you could probably put it like top 5. I think it's really solid. You can the deck's still consistent, even though the engines don't bridge exactly. It's still consistent enough. You can break apart boards super easily in the format. You know, like X Ryzeal is crazy going second. And you can break apart a Dracotail board super easily. X Ryzeal on tap board is just the Ryzeal cards into the board of the Dracotail deck are really good. I think the one weakness of the deck, the main one, is Droll, of course, but if Droll ends up seeing less play, I think that's pretty good for you. Especially because Dracotail is a deck that, even if Droll sees more play, a lot of people don't want to play Droll and Dracotail because of the conflictions. So you still won't even see it that much if you play against a ton of Dracotail. So I think it's a solid deck to play if you're trying to build to, like, if you're expecting Dracotail. Mermail, probably around like here. Pure Yummy, probably around like here. I think Pure Yummy, I mean, I think Dracotail matchup's a bit rough. I'm not gonna lie. It's mainly that. Matchups against some of these decks are kind of rough. Control, probably here. White Force, trash. Ryzeal Onomot, I never thought that deck was that great. Onomot cards are terrible going second, I'm not gonna lie. Odeon, I'll probably put Odeon somewhere in like the tier 2-ish range. Actually, we're gonna change this. We're gonna change this to tier 1. Okay. Odeon, I think Odeon's in a decent position right now. I think if Yummy cards see less play, I think that's good for Odeon. I think the Odeon deck was kind of bad in the Yummy cards, like going second, because like a lot of your non-engine doesn't stop them from establishing the Yummy half board if they open it to multiple names. If they open multiple names, then I think the half board just beats you. So I think having the Yummy card see less play is good for the Odeon deck. So you know, solid. Still not insane going second though, but yeah. Next we have Yummy Mitsurugi. I'm still gonna put Yummy Mitsurugi as a tier 1 deck. I think the deck is really solid still. I think the thing with Yummy Mitsurugi though is that it's a lot of variance. You know, I talked about this a little bit in yesterday's video, but the deck just has so much variance. Like, it's like the Vanquish Soul of last format. It has a super high ceiling, but it also has super low floor. So if you play the deck, yeah, the deck's gonna do well because a ton of people are gonna be on it, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna be that person to do well with the deck. So yeah, and then these decks are all kind of like trash, like this. I guess Solfachod Yummy we could put like here. I guess we could do this. We could do this. 1, 2, 5. We could just put Solfachod Yummy in like here, and it's like Joe, I guess, potentially. Fire King somewhere right there. Yeah, you could do something like this. I mean, arguably one of these decks could maybe eclipse one of these, whatever. But I think this is a chill ranking for sure. It's a chill ranking. Yeah, so this is Solfachod Yummy, not pure Solfachod, by the way. Solfachod K9 would probably be like in the rogue level as well. I mean, I'm putting this here. I think this is Joe. I like this list. Yeah, I like it. We have fucking Bait Forest, dog shit deck. Yeah. Also, these are not in order, by the way. But yeah. Anywho, that's it for my tier list. I hope you enjoyed. I might make a separate video talking about like what I think the trends of the future format, but I think this is like looking chill right now. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day. Peace.